Nigeria, oh our Nigeria. Last week, we have taken to this method of reading the Arbiter. We have been doing it before, but uploaded to YouTube. So now we are doing it live on both social media handles, so that people who may not have the time to read can now watch. There is a phrase that has gained widespread currency across the world. It is, physician, heal thyself. Not many know that it is a biblical proverb and a direct quote from Jesus, whom we call An-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, "You will surely say to me this proverb, physician, heal thyself. Do here in your country what we have had was done in Capernaum." This phrase is similar to another quote from Jesus in Matthew 7:3-5, where he said, "Why do you see the speck in your neighbor's eye, but do not notice the log in your own eye? Or how can you say to your neighbor, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' while the log is in your own eye? You hypocrite. First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your neighbor's eye." Unfortunately, instead of adhering to these timeless exhortations by Jesus alayhi salam, those who are supposedly his acclaimed adherents feel they are too important to heed such urgings and the laws of their lands because they are the chosen, God's favorites. They consider themselves different, that are people with specially created souls, while viewing the rest of us as goyim, people without souls, fabricated to serve them. While they make the law and its custodians bow and tremble before them, we are held spellbound in front of those custodians who trade justice to the powerful and the highest bidder, while trampling over us, we who are hewers of wood and drawers of water, the wretched of the earth. This is why some individuals who can at best be described as accidental leaders forget that they are where they are courtesy of God, who grants such positions to whom he wishes, not because they are any better than the next person. With their heads in the clouds, their brains supplanted with those of donkeys, and therefore insensate to citizens' sufferings, some of these leaders keep braying their right to ride roughshod over the laws, but cry foul when they find themselves on the receiving end. About 2 weeks ago, I had cause to call out a governor who, but for Atiku Abubakar, will have been defeated by a political Amazonian for accusing some people in the ruling All People's Congress, APC, of bastardizing democracy. In contrast, he is shamelessly in cahoots with those blinded by the love of filthy lucre and inordinate ambition to destroy the party that made them what they are. As if that drama was not enough, the Minister of the Federal Capital last week regaled us with tales that the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, was not obeying court orders and therefore peace will continue to elude the state. He declared, "I was a governor. I have always obeyed the rule of law." You heard the governor say that our state is turning into a state of anarchy, where people do not obey the rule of law. You must obey the judgment of the court, he continued. You must not take the law into your hands. The moment you don't obey court judgment, you are inviting anarchy. You are inviting violence. Wike said so on national television. But has Wike always obeyed the lawful orders of the courts? Especially in a country where living above the law is the true mark of a big man? For the record, Wike was one of the governors, the worst, or let's say the best, at obeying court orders in the breach. And now, as minister, he's behaving true to type. In 2018, Governor Wike disobeyed the court's judgment to pay teachers their salaries immediately. He was then governor. In February 2016, he stopped the salaries of almost 300 primary and secondary school teachers working in the demonstration schools of the State University of Science and Technology, Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, and Kensaro Uyo Polytechnic, leading to litigation and protests. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria on June 26, 2018, granted the relief sought by the teachers, holding that the teachers' employment was valid. It ruled that the stoppage of the payment of their salaries by the state government was unlawful and awarded the cost of 2 million naira to the claimants to be paid within 30 days. The government of Wike appealed the Industrial Court judgment at the Court of Appeal, which struck it out in October 2020. 1 year later, making it 5 years old in all, the River State government had not obeyed the court judgment. And he was the governor under his watch. Or is it about choosing which court to obey? In August 2016, Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court, Abuja Division, issued an interlocutory order postponing the People's Democratic Party's convention until September 7th. However, Wike did not like it and obtained another judgment from a Port Harcourt High Court, allowing the convention to proceed. In May 2024, a claimant in an Abuja High Court in a case asked that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and a Director of the Federal Capital Development Authority, Mukhtar Galadima, be imprisoned for disobeying court orders. Still, in another legal notice, the defendants were put on alert that they must provide reasons why an order of attachment should not be issued for an order for committal to prison of the third and fourth defendants or contemnors represented by Nyesom Wike and Mukhtar Galadima for having disobeyed the order of this court made on the 18th day of October 2023, enjoining and restraining them from tampering with the rest of this matter pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. The matter was an offshoot of demolition activities in Abuja. Yet, in October 2023, despite a court ruling, Wike ordered the demolition of a multi-billion naira property next to the former speaker's residence. The property, owned by Schroeder Nigeria Limited, is located in the cadastral zone of Maitamati Street. Just a month later, the National Industrial Court in Abuja began contempt proceedings against Minister Wike and others over the alleged disregard of a series of court orders. The court had affirmed one Farouk Abubakar as managing director and chief executive officer of Abuja Markets Management Limited, while the minister refused to accept him. In Form 48 marked NICN/Abuja ABJ/62/2023 and filed on November 3rd, entitled Notice of Consequences of Disobedience to Order of Court, the application read, "Take notice that unless you, the defendants, obey the orders and directions contained in the judgment of a court on July 28th and the order of this honorable court made on July 26th, you will be guilty of contempt of court and will be liable to be committed to prison." To be continued. Thank you.